Thru to be here. By the corner of Yahuwah, isn't that right? Sparing our kind, giving us another opportunity to come together. Appreciate him for the muhard and he allowed us to participate in by the corner of Yahuwah. Isn't that right? Which is his grace, his conceded favor. Because it's not to everybody, it's only to a few selected that whom he chose. And we appreciate the Most High. I did not realize I had my phone stood on me. I did not know that. Unfortunately, mine didn't ring. Well, fortunately, mine didn't ring like so many other people do. I'm sorry. A couple of things I missed. But anyway, we appreciate Mr. Yahuwah again for everything he done, especially for information. Coming in these last days is definitely to our benefit to make sure we got this thing right. Of course, we said it all the time, but it's because it's needful that everybody make sure that we halak, in the direction he wants to go. A lot of times people will feel like they're okay, but for us, we don't want to just feel like we'll make sure line up with the debar. Especially when you see all the destruction coming on this place. Somebody sent out in our text thread about the, I guess the ashes from that earthquake, from the volcano. Who sent that out? Humpback. Humpback sent it out, okay. Yeah, that's a mad thing. It's in Russia, where that happened at. Y'all said, how many of y'all didn't see it? Okay, y'all gonna get a check. So y'all make sure y'all come and put a check on the board. Right there in your thread, y'all didn't see it. Yeah, you see all that stuff, and come on, that just make you consider. Honestly, people, I know, even, and I tell you, the way of y'all, we more than fortunate. Not just, locally, just, wherever, the different people of the way y'all set. And, the fact that we don't consider how many things he let happen that it's out of people's control. It's just his decision. Just like he decided to let a volcano erupt and drop ashes everywhere. Completely just cover everything. It looked like, I thought it was a movie. I was like, what is this? Everything completely covered. And people don't realize the devastation. When that stuff comes out of a volcano, a lot of that stuff is toxic. The fact it's covering everything, the entire ground, houses, everything's covered, which means you can't eat anything, which means the animals are going to die because there's nothing for them to eat. Right at this point, this man is purposely destroying. He's wiping people out. And these people are so dumb, not just the Russian Americans, the Chinese, the Ukrainians, the European, everybody on the top side of the green earth. We all just stupid. At some point, when do you stop and think? You still fighting a war and you dropping bombs that got all type of chemicals, all kind of, just toxins, and then you get hit with a volcano that erupts and covers everything. Y'all got any pictures of that? I want y'all to see it. Just looking at it. At some point, what does it take for man to stop doing what he's doing and pray? What does it take you to just stop? You walk out, the entire place is covered in ashes. You can't do anything. What, you're going to get a water hose and wash it off? How do you wash off a city? How do you wash a town? When these ashes roll off and go into the water, now you got another problem. This stuff is killing us, and people are so dumb and dumbfounded to where it's like, ain't a brain in our head that when we just say, let's just stop what we're doing. Everybody stop what we're doing and just start to consider how far off base we are. The fact this man just let this destruction come on us. Let's show it. Did y'all see it already? Let me say that's y'all come around. Matter of fact, hold the video. Let me let y'all blow so y'all come out. Let's go ahead and let them blow. Just hold it for us for a second. White car, make sure none of them on my wall. I see somebody on my wall out there. I'm gonna give y'all a check for it. They don't let it go off now. Say, well, I get on the wall now. That'll be a check and $5. All right, you go ahead and sound the catastrophe. Let them come down right quick. Free, what you got to say? Free play, something. What you got to say? Fair play? Fair use, okay. I don't know why they have time for all that stuff. It's just retarded. I mean, what you gonna do? What, I'm gonna resell it or something? Ain't no money. Somebody gonna buy it from me? It's already news. Okay. For those that didn't see it, I guess a lot of stuff people are missing. Y'all need to keep up what's going on. Sometimes it be some information you need to look at. The way of y'all own, people missing that too. Got 51 watching. Look at 272 views, nothing. That's what happened when they shadow block you. My stuff, you'd hit the thousands. I hit 1,200 for the end of the day. Now they start shadow banning and keeping me out, letting watch all this other stupid stuff. Look at this. What can you do with that? What you wash that away with? What you clean it up with? What, everybody get a shovel? Look at this. That's out of town look. You want more light on it? Look at this. He think this okay. That's toxic. Sweeping out ashes over an area almost 42,000 square feet. Square miles, I'm sorry, square miles. In the morning, this man said 9:50, it was completely dark. You can't see anything. Here's the car. There is no road. This man's in a car. There is no road. Look at that. Falling like snow. Look at that. How you clean that up? Oh, they're out there. Oh, they'll clean it up. Well, you can grow nothing. Then you got to figure with the people out there breathing it in, they got to wear masks. 300,000 people live in this peninsula, which is just in the Pacific Ocean, which we know the sea. That's on top of snow. So you know what happened with the snow, right? Melts and does what? And run back down in the ground. Some of it saturate back in the ground, and you're going to try to grow and eat it. At what point do men stop and realize, who else can do that? Just you talking about, it's one thing when you get a flood, it's another thing when you get snow, it's another thing when you have some fire burning ashes. This is you can't grow anything. If you got a field and you got food, you can't sell that stuff to nobody. You can't eat it. What you gonna do with the animals? You're talking about 4,200 square miles. How many animals you think involved in that can't eat? How much of that stuff you think went in the waters? How many fish you think gonna come up dead? At what time do a man stop what he doing and say, we're too far out here? And you fighting against a man you can't beat. How you beat it? Who calculated this? Who said, you know what, we gotta be ready because of this volcano go off, it can cover 4,200 square miles. Do you know how long 4,200 square miles? 42,000, I'm sorry, 42,000 square miles. That's ridiculous. You just think about this. From here to California is about 2,000 square miles. From here to California is about 2,300 miles. 100. So when you cover 42,000 square miles, they done. You know what I told all my people about that man? I was President Fart. I told everybody to come home. We're done. I'm just being honest. At some point you gotta stop what you're doing. At some point you gotta consider your ways and realize it ain't working. The man is talking and he ain't with us. The man's against us. You trying to go fight and take somebody else's country, you need to clean up your house. Same thing with America. All these countries going to other countries trying to tell other people about something. China just got through raining worms. All these people need to look at, man, y'all need to pray. Worms. You still got that art, show it to them. So you want to go ahead and, I just want to see this. They had worms raining out there, which at some point somebody got to look and start thinking, worms don't fall out the sky. That's like, at what point do people realize, folks, we're in trouble? Yahuwah saw fit to let us go on a fast last week before we went into the Muha, and I appreciate that. I don't think people realize what kind of shape. We're in bad shape. We're in bad shape. Y'all have no idea. And this just the beginning of the troubles we got. Russia is a major producer of a lot of stuff too, and they got more land typically than anybody them in Canada. And you just cover 42,000 square miles with ashes. It's one thing when they erupt, you got lava. Lava turns almost like solid. So it creates more land, goes in the water, and it creates more solid. So it gives a like, they'll kind of look at like land or look like concrete almost as hard as. The fact that you got this going on, what you going to do? Where you going to put the ashes? How you collect all of them? Plummeted by rain. Look at that. Hold on, come back down. China plummeted by rain of worms as resident ash. That's a month ago. 250,000 people saw it. What it's doing? Well, it's freezing up. Maybe China wants to see it. But y'all can see what it's telling you about that. Worms raining down from the sky. Now y'all understand this? Something we never say that. You ever heard of worms raining from the sky? These people, you say you ain't heard of it either. You ain't been living but 2 years. How old are you? Man, there's so much stuff going on by the time you get, the man like 3 years old, the man said, no. There's a lot of stuff. You just heard about COVID 5 minutes ago. But for those that have been living for, a numerous of time, Lancaster, you've been around some generations. You ever heard of worms raining from the sky? Malcolm. Even that ride with Noah, y'all didn't see that. He said, it was straight water, sir. Ain't that right? When you think about it, man, listen, this man is getting everybody to considerate. You got to figure even the animals got to be considering. You think animals not considering? They live outside. You talking about tornadoes and snowstorms ripping from one state going across 6 or 7 states. How many of y'all think they're affected? Think about the snakes and other stuff you got on the ground. They got to be, everybody got to be considering. Everybody know the maker, except for who? Us. We're the only people that don't know our creator. Oh, okay, this is a New York app. Go ahead. Look at that. This one made me wonder about nothing. I wouldn't be thinking that. You know what I'll be right now if I see them out there, worms rain out the sky, I'm thinking about going to the club, to the liquor store. I'm thinking about smoking weed. I'm thinking about a whole bunch of adultery. None of this will be coming to my mind. Carry umbrellas to block the wiggly one. This is what's falling out the sky. Now you got to ask yourself, if they fall out the sky, who put them up there? Why this ain't taking over the news where everybody stop what they doing saying, this is crazy. None of it bother nobody. And you got to ask yourself, what other phenomenons that we call are going on? They're not telling us. Because if people consider, these churches ain't telling people nothing. All they doing is telling these folk a prophecy what God getting ready to do. This 2023, God told me this your year. That's how you can't raise no money with no stuff like that. Who you think talking about? Who finna go? You trying to go to the mall to get something to wear to go to the club tonight? It raining worms. You got an umbrella trying to get in the mall to get some clothes. You going out tonight to the club? It's raining worms. People mind bad. Whatever I'm doing, I'll have to get back in the house and start thinking, what's going on? And then why aren't people talking about this? My government comes and listen. Well, umbrella versa, everybody said in the house, we need to repent. Why won't somebody call men to say, listen, we out of solution. We never had them. We done lied long enough. It's time to tell people to repent. That's all I can tell you. Anything other than that, people giving you bad advice. Start working or start getting your cardio, start doing that. They give you bad advice. Best advice I tell you, repent. Everybody need to repent. This man is devastated. What we saying, we ain't getting no warnings? That this man is coming? How do you get worms out the ground and get them in the sky? Nobody think about this? How would they suspend in the air to come down? This man angry. That man angry. All he trying to do, but it ain't but a certain group of people trying to turn. The person going to the mall, he mean for them to keep going. The person who going to the club, he mean for them to keep going. But for the people all of him, he mean for them to stop and consider. He talking. Are you listening? That's all they're asking. Are we listening? Because the man talking. I mean, you think we exempt from it? If they let that thing go off, what they call up in Yellowstone, up in Wyoming, y'all know that's considered a supernova, which is a lot more strong than whatever they got over there. They said if that thing go off, it's going to devastate all that California back gone, and they're going to put ashes all the way down here to Florida. Oh, yeah, that's a supernova. When it go off, listen, they have been watching. The animals have been leaving. They've been trying to figure out, the animals are leaving the park in droves. Why you think they're leaving? Because you know what? They don't have a news. They don't have an internet. They don't have a TikTok or a Facebook. All they got is instinct that he gave them. Their instinct are telling them to leave the park. They've been watching it for years, that the animals are leaving the park. Because they know this thing getting ready to erupt. You notice, with all the floods we got, you should be limited on animals. You notice you don't see all them animals caught up in it. He get them a warning. It's time to go. I'm getting ready to destroy that place. The only fool he got on the planet is man. The ant don't never get washed out. The roach don't ever get destroyed. No, all these, the snails, you know, all these animals still be here. Just dumb man. Dumb old stupid man is the only person he got. Everything else know when to move. I don't know where everything go. Guess what? The grass come back. The grass said we didn't even go nowhere. The whole time we were sitting right here. He tore everything you had up though and left the grass. At some point, everybody just need to consider. He talking. Are you listening? That's it. I don't know what to tell y'all. I mean, y'all can keep listening to these lying people y'all want to. I got my mind set on a couple of things that I'm continuous about that I'm trying to do. My Palal is he really see fit to spare us to let us out of here. Just be able to escape it. I'm just being honest with y'all. Y'all have no idea. Y'all hadn't even seen no problems yet. None of us. We hadn't seen it. And what he gonna bring on their rise? The people living here ain't never seen it before. So I don't know how you're gonna prepare for it. That's just being honest. You can prepare for something you done seen. Can't you? You can prepare for it. That's how a lot of countries, don't y'all know, like, while Russia fighting, other countries are not, you know what other countries are doing? They're watching them. They're watching how they fight. Because, you know, they already predicting, I'm going to wind up fighting you. I want to watch how you fight and what tactics you use, what artillery you use, how you're vulnerable and how you're victorious. Everybody watches everybody. You know what you're going to do? Go watch Alahim and see if you can figure out what he's getting ready to do. He's never been beat before. You can't win. I mean, what you do? All I got to do is put ashes on you. All I got to do is just drop this thing down to 50 below zero. What can you do with 50 below zero? I mean, it be so cold till you don't even feel the wind. You like, man, I'm like cold. And that thing, you know, something done frostbit on you. You can't beat him. The man heat the place up. You can't, with the man flood it out. What can you do? With all your money, with all your knowledge, what can you do? I encourage the way of y'all, those that follow, that got a mind, get yourself together. That man destroying that place. We'll be going back on another fast too. We can't afford to get caught out here naked. Let the other people do it. The people that, listen, other people that are comfortable with it, when he laid on me to do it, that's when we're going to do it. End of story. That's what we got to do. We can't, I'm not trying to lose any of my people, any of us, through stupidity. It's stupid for us to sit and keep doing what we're doing and not consider. That man put us at, we're in the last year, this is it. This is it. 42,000 square miles? You tell me they didn't affect no farmland? They ain't affect nothing else? And you still don't have the devastation of it. Because when a rain come and wash all that in rivers, and that stuff go to the ocean everywhere, that's a lot of toxic actually hit the water. That's a lot of toxins that hit the water at one time. And people got to drink it. That's it. Maybe Yahuwah done set up that this the cup he going to pour out. He told her there's a cup in his hand. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he said he pouring it out at full strength. Without mixture. Meaning, not that he ain't going to stir it, I'm not going to put nothing with it. How many of y'all used to drink? Yes, sir. How many of y'all drunk liquor? Yes, sir. How many of y'all used to mix it because it was too strong? He said, I'm pouring it out straight. No mixture. When I pour it out on you, you getting it full strength. That's what we're dealing with right now. It's time to get right. Yes, anybody watching, you want to miss it? The message is, it's time to get right. Yes, the way we've been going, it ain't working. I ain't no fool. I'm a businessman by trade. I mean, if it's working, why I'm going to say stop doing it? It don't make sense. We say we winning. We're not winning, folks. We're losing. That's right. We're losing this battle. That man destroying that place. And it's just a matter of time. He coming here. He coming right here, too. So you know what we got to do? We got to stake our claim in Yahuwah. Yes, sir. We got to seek refuge in him. That's the only way we're going to get out of this. If you keep going the way you're going, any one of us in here, you ain't going to make it. You're not going to make it. I'm like, y'all keep going. Don't say you ain't been warned now. You can't make it out here by yourself. I wouldn't trust these sinners out here to do nothing for me. I don't put no confidence in them. Not with my soul, not with my life living. Everybody gonna do what they naturally intend to do. Look out for themselves. They're gonna take for you to have for them. When they tell you about how bad the economy is, they tell you well how bad things are and job layoffs, guess who it don't affect? Them and their family. They already done stole their goods. They got their goods wrapped up. Like they said for many years, you know the people out here struggling, you and I. The working people, listen, these churches gonna fail these people. These churches don't have no plan. They don't have no plan, no pre-planned option. It's God. The preacher gonna tell them to trust God. And you know who he trusted? Them dollar bills. Oh, they gonna tell it to the people, just tell the people, you just gotta have faith. Say, once you have faith and give up your paycheck, by faith, they ain't gonna let you know, see, you want that. That don't come from me. God give me that. And I don't want to give back something God give me. They're gonna play you for a fool. These people they don't have no plans for you. Make no mistake. None of these folks, you're not in no people's vision other than getting more of you so they can get more government grants, so they can get more property, more space, and none of it involve anything for you. It's gonna be to his glory. That's why you are tearing this stuff down. Everything got to get back to being for his caboodle. And being for his caboodle and making sure we look out for one another. Ain't a better plan than that. That's just being honest. Y'all see? Go on out there. Go ahead and take off out there and see for yourself. I'm going to leave you out there too. When you get out there, you're going to stay out forever. It's just who will see something different. I'm telling y'all, we're going to have to focus ourselves on make sure we get this right. We ain't had to have for these kids, everybody in trouble. Y'all saw that video that guy went to that bank? Came to work, just sat outside. Y'all didn't see the video? Oh, they just released the video. I saw it last night. He just sat outside there by the wall shooting. One lady walked, she spoke to him. How you doing? Then he killed her. He started doing co-workers. Manchurian candidate. Yep. Human nature is somebody speak, that kind of throws you off because you were looking for somebody to be opposite so it could go to where you want to keep going. Somebody speak to you is like, not this one, move on to somebody else. Typically when you're doing that kind of start time in the game, I watch, people need reasons for what they do. I only met a couple of people in my life saying don't need nothing. All they need is sun to shine. But they all need some type of reason behind, some type of rationale for why they keep going. To do what he was doing and set himself on a death pad and watch the police come and still sat there to wait. Manchurian candidate. They can tell to somebody else. Human instinct, no, you can't win. You one person with a gun and you fighting an army of people. Make no sense to stay. Common sense say flee. He put himself on a death pad with it too. Manchurian candidate. They're not fooling me. They're making these people. Just don't make sense. How you doing? Bow, bow. Don't make sense. None of these people. All the stuff you said, where these people been all these years? How are we just having them now? Tell me, go ahead and let them tell you a lot of social media. Where have you been? How many of y'all watch social media? How many of y'all got a gun that watch social media? How many of y'all right now go start shooting people when they speak to you? That's not even your mind. Your character is not in theirs either, except they make them. I'm telling you, y'all can believe what y'all want to. They make these people. Yes, sir. Listen, nothing stems from nothing. There's no way for their building to catch a fire by itself. There has to be a triggering mechanism, a wire, a gas, a leak, a spark. Nothing can start of itself. It has to be a triggering mechanism. People don't just start doing something out of nowhere. There are a triggering mechanism, and they learn how to pick people to set them up. They need guns out of the hands of people. America is one of the few places where people have guns. Individuals have guns galore. It's hard to do what you want to do with the people when you're the government, when everybody got arms. But it falls back to what they call the founding fathers. See, when they founding fathers came here, one of the reasons why they came, England had the same protocol, no guns in the hands of people. That's how you get away with raping them. Doctors making $30-something thousand a year. You can't do that. A lot of stuff they implement, just like Macaron, when he took everybody's pension, pushed them back up 2 more years. You can do that when the people don't have guns. You see how parents been on the street? They've been tearing up. They ain't been showing. Let them have guns. It'd been a whole nother issue. Because they got them to what the most they can do is burn something, throw something out there. They don't have guns like that. You keep guns out of the hands of people so you can keep the government in control of people. They're making these Manchurian candidates because they're going to do just like them folk did right there. The old people that marched in the house up there in Tennessee, they need to go to jail too. You can't force your way into nothing. You can stand your behind outside and demonstrate you, and no reason for them to walk in there, but they going along, they support them because what was the issue they were coming in there for? Gun control. Take guns out of the hands of people. Let me see now. How we start the killer?
That's right. Guns.
So now when we take the guns out of the hands of people, criminals still got them. How we gonna stop them?
That's right.
They won't show you instances where people don't walk in barbershops and robbed, and the person sitting in the chair had a gun, shot them and killed them. They won't want to show you where people have rescued people with guns. Unfortunately, you have stupid people with guns. You just got to make the penalty more severe for people with them. You have no business with a gun. And you need to make other citizens have guns. When everybody packing, how quick I can run and slap that man, everybody got a gun. I'm thinking twice about that. I don't want to get shot. But since you only leave a few people with guns and you don't left all these prayer warriors, you put them at a disadvantage. Because the people with the gun already know, y'all prayer warriors, you ain't got a gun. Kennesaw was one of the first cities around here, up in Marietta. They had it years ago. It's illegal for you not to have a gun. They did. They said they ate it. Listen, they had some burglars. Go break in somebody's house. The first thing the police want to know, you got a gun? We prayer warriors, you under arrest. Because you had a gun. Listen, they think twice before they go break in the house in Kennesaw. They did that back, I think, about the 80s. It's illegal for you not to have a gun. They looking at this. Somebody break your home. You need to be the first defender. What you calling me for? It's your house. You need to be calling the meat wagon. What you gonna tell me about somebody don't need to die who broke in my house? What was you trying to do when you came in?
That's right.
Somebody fighting for your life. You need to be fighting for my life. Somebody, they don't deserve to die. Let them break in your house. Put a sign on your door saying break in, you don't deserve to die at your house. And I'm gonna put a sign on my door saying, with your address saying, you need to go see them. They think you ought to live. Hello? I'm gonna get a sign in my front yard and point at my neighbor's house and say, you wanna break into my house? You wanna break in my neighbor's house? She ain't got no gun. I just want to hear you trying to be successful. I'm just trying to get you in the right direction. You probably want to go break in their house. Cause I'm the wrong one. Hello? Yes, I already done prayed about it. Yes, sir. You break in, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna talk with you for a minute. Cause I owe you that much. I need to look you in your eyes, see if you're a Manchurian candidate. It's not gonna make no difference. But just for peace, you know what I'm saying, for conscience sake. Cause I said, what got in your mind to make you think they were gonna be a success? But it's sad that we in a world that operated with, you know, it's the hate. See, there are people like myself who look at, we're on the defensive end. They like, you just want to kill somebody. I ain't trying to kill nobody. I don't want to get killed. That's right. I don't want none of mine taken. That's why I ain't taking from people. That's all I'm saying. I just don't want none. I don't want nobody to hurt me. I don't want nobody to kill me. I don't want nobody to take that from me. So I'm going to do everything I can to live. What you saying? Just like I said, I'm going to do everything I can to live. If there's a truck come down to it, your life over mine, it's not even, I don't even think about nothing like that. That's a waste of my time. That's a blink of an eye that's wasted. How long it take to blink your eye? That's a wink. I can't afford that. I can't afford to waste that time with you. But this is where the world pushing us, and it's because of the system. The system pushes us to where we don't have that caring for each other to look at considering how far, when I do this, what's the outcome? I'm just finna start shooting y'all, and I'm finna go where I'm gonna go to school in the morning. I'm gonna get up. You tell me nobody calculated this. I'm gonna come to school, I'm gonna shoot folks in, I'm gonna lock them in gate. Then I'm gonna come to school tomorrow, and I'm gonna catch up on the work I missed from the day before because I wound up shooting up the teacher and the principal and a bunch of students. There is no way. There is no way. Bank robbers have a plan. We're gonna go in, we got a time system. Hey, we go in, grab the guard, grab the teller, get to the safe, get the money, get out. We gotta have options. Somebody stay in the car. You tell me, they playing all this, and everybody who doing this stuff have no out plan. How is that? Bank robber playing all this with a getaway car. Somebody park an option. We get caught. Where to go rent? Don't tell. We gonna do all that plan. None of these people got no option. They ain't got no plan set up. Just walk in, just start shooting everybody. Everybody speak, just start shooting. That's the end of it. Then just let them kill me. Don't make sense. You that ready to die, you'll go do something else. You'll go do something else. That just makes no sense. I believe this whole system, they make these people. Y'all don't have to believe me. All these people created. Listen, they give you enough television, they give you enough social media, they give you enough other stuff that keep people's mind occupied. They can control your minds. Let me tell you where y'all mess up. Y'all think hypnosis is just with somebody swinging a watch in front of your face. These people hypnotize you. They get you with phrases and words. I know y'all don't know no better. People, y'all have no idea. They get you with phrases. They learn how to talk to you. Listen, these people are trained and skilled enough when they talk to you. They watch things that you do that signal them. Just like you talking to me doing this, they say, you defensive. Like defensive, you have your arms up. They'll watch which way your eyes move. They'll pay attention if you pat your foot, if you move your hand. They scope you out on everything. That's how they create these people. They'll make you think I'm the one crazy. I'm the one trying to help you.
That's right.
Everything they do is playing with your mind. They have enough psychiatrists that they've gone through to study your mind. They're constantly looking at how to control people's mind. You program people in the military. Yeah. Let me see the army. Let me see. It don't rain. Where it don't rain at? Where it rain at? See, they program their mind. They make them think that it ain't even raining. It ain't raining in there, it's raining on them. They give them free. Doesn't work. When it don't work. When they tell it to you, hey, you going? That's a whole lot of stuff they tell you. They tell man, you're a killing machine. Yeah. Then as soon as you get back here, guess what they do? You don't need no gun. You crazy. Listen, you just got on the plane, forget about your gun. They take it. Most soldiers, they know, most soldiers get back here, don't own a gun. Most of them don't own a gun. Most of them don't. First they tell them, yeah, I don't want to be around no gun. Nigga done had all kind of gun, grenades, done been in tank shoot and get back here and don't want no gun. They know it don't. A lot of soldiers come. Now, you'd have some get them. I ain't said all. A lot of them don't want nothing to do with a gun. Their government train them like that. They can only be safe with them under the rule and control of the government. People don't know no better. These folks program you. That's the whole thing about basic programming. It's about making you follow order, even if it don't make sense. What you think the purpose of that is? What am I have you doing? When I got you doing something, don't worry about me. What I tell you to do. Because I'm going to have you do something else that ain't going to make no sense, and you don't ever question authority. Okay. Let me tell you who made the best police officer. Ex-military. Hire automatically. Because they know one thing you don't learn. You learn to take orders. Civilian ask too much, he going to ask stupid stuff. That don't make sense. So you know you don't have no thinking like that. What you were told to do. Y'all have me. What you can crack up, man, that's stupid. Why are we gonna do that? And you're not finna be here no more. Something finna happen to you. Am I making this up? That don't make no. My common sense tell me. Where you get that from? I didn't give it to you. Where you get common sense from? I had a friend. He went in the Navy, and he was in boot camp, and his drill instructor told him something, and he got in his face and told him he was gonna hit him. He said, my grandma told me somebody hit me, hit him back. That man said, what you say? He was raised by a grandma. He was from the country, and that's how he was. He told him straight. The man got in his face. He said, my grandma told me somebody hit me, hit him back. He said, my grandma told me. And that man knew, this man pretty retarded tell me his grandma told me. And then to tell you, he didn't get hit. Now, he did get a round-trip ticket straight back home, one-way ticket back home. Because they already looked at his mentality. That man, because, grandma don't raise. Grandma tell you, don't you let nobody be talking to you any kind of way. And he told her, he said, my grandma told me, don't let nobody be talking to me. Grandma done sent me these instructions, and he wasn't letting his grandmama down. So his instructor told him he'll hit him. He said, my grandma told me somebody hit me, hit him back. So his drill instructor thought about it. They looked at, he need to go back home. They realized something, he gonna be a problem. Because his mom, he been raised a certain way to where some people, the whole thing, think about it. You start recruiting these guys at 17 to about 23, they get about 28 old Navy to take the ladies. Because they gonna get you, really, you can't do no 20-year-old, man. He had too much street in him. You gotta get in 17, 18 straight out of high school. He ain't been nowhere, you promising the world everything. You make him think the pay is good money because you ain't paying for nothing. Yeah, you paying for it. Because you got to look at the damage that you suffer when you get out later. See, everybody gets you and plays you. Nobody tell you the truth. Nobody want, even with, listen, churches, synagogue, mosques, all of them trained people. Let me tell you something. I couldn't imagine the conversation they going to have me said, Tony, Allah Akbar, you going to take it, you going to strap it around him. So strap what? The bomb. Then you going to walk it, ho. We ain't strapping nothing across him, baby boy. I ain't nothing going across. And that thing, something go wrong, it's just a small bomb, it go boom, and that's all gone. No. First of all, how we got into a conversation about me strapping on something? Won't you wear it? Oh, no, I got to stay back and teach them. No, I'll teach them. I said, I'm a quick learner. I'm not strapping on. Wait, where did people go? But see, they program through religion. You say, and they sell you on things good gonna happen to you. Just how church, hold on. When church will get you to be broken, doing that and get all your money, what they tell you? Things good gonna happen to you later. Yep. They sell you bad bill of goods. All these people use you. These people put you on job for 30, 40 years. What happened? Things are gonna happen for you good later. Everybody keeps selling you on something later. Why I can't get something now? That's right. That makes no sense. The Benim of Yasharon, you think, go find me from Barashit all the way through, probably go all the way to your cars are called. Go find me them folks talking about going to heaven to get something. Just go read it. Just read it to me. Go read it to me when he told Abraham, in heaven, you're going to have. Abraham was rich right here. Yeah. Nobody, don't y'all know no one ever taught these messages that you're hearing? Why you can't going to heaven from Barashit they called Genesis? And when they were coming out miswriting, why he didn't tell them about going to heaven? Why didn't he teach them about going to heaven? Heaven got all these places, all these things. Why don't you find in all our Hadabarim, why don't you find the writers where he talked about going to heaven? EU taught about dying, going to heaven. Nobody. The doctrine of what they teach you is to program you, to sterilize you from common sense. Yeah. Listen, you are a human being, okay? There are things you need in order for you to exist. These are not all of the things that play a part of your existence, but he knows with you being a physical human being, there are things that you are subject and prone to. There are things you need. Not even just need, there are things you're going to desire. Ka'ur, when she was hungry, what did she do? She desired something different than what she had. You are human. Yeah. These people whip these people up all the time with their talk. That's why I teach y'all about whether y'all get the shaman for y'all get it. Y'all know I teach that. You remember that? Put that to it. Because it will be retarded teaching. It would be retarded teaching to teach you about that versus, no, let me say this. When I say teaching it, retarded, because I make that my whole premise versus showing you there are things that he'll allow us to taste and handle here. I have to. What's going to stimulate my appetite to wait? You cooking, I'm starving. Man, I'm starving, I'm waiting. So I'm about to go get something. You said, just take. You said, ooh, I'm going to wait for that to get done. Otherwise, I'm finna leave. I'm finna go get me something to eat. I'm here. I'm not going to keep waiting. It's taking too long. That's wild. That's crazy. He told me, taste and see. He just said, kind, gracious. But he's good. Yeah, he told me to taste and see it. So is a taste a feel? Is that a feel when I taste I'm full? No, I need something to trigger I need something to get me to not allow my appetite to pull me off to something else. Something has to be there to play a part to keep you. Don't let these folks make no fool. I won't teach it to you. Let somebody else teach it. Let somebody say them bad bill of good. You're a human being. He know there are things you need. At the same time, it helps me to stay consistent. Because, come on, I'm here. I'm going to keep telling you, I ain't got nothing. I don't own nothing. I ain't got nothing. I never had nothing. Man, when we get to heaven, you say, well, what are you doing for you now? Man, I ain't worried about that. It's what he going to do later and later. You got to keep saying, but you say, you ain't got nothing? He did nothing for you. I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about when I get to heaven. I'm going to put my shoes on and walk all over God. Hell, say, nigga, much walking you doing, you at least need to ride when you get there. You ain't got a car. And now you finna do all that walk. You've been walking every time you've been down here. Now I got to get up here and walk too. So there two places ain't going to have no ride. I say it humorously, but the stuff that people sell you on, you know what I'm saying? It worked, but the people that sell it to you, they don't believe it. Because they ain't sitting around without nothing. Go find them without anything. So you holding on too. You ain't got nothing either because you going to heaven. Go in their house and just take some of that stuff out of there. So don't worry about it. God got you more than this in heaven. And see they bust your head open. So they bust your head because they ain't waiting on no heaven. They won't there now. So why you trying to make me wait? I can't get nothing now. I don't get, that's it, nursing. Let me leave that alone and have people thinking. They don't make them hate somebody, ain't it? But does it make sense? It don't make sense. Why you never heard no teacher about heaven before then? And it's amazing. Y'all don't know. You don't hear nobody talking about going to heaven. Then you hear me talking, I'm going to heaven. I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. Come on, man, stop it. They sell you more of that stuff now. Because these people found a way where they can make money. That's why they don't like what we call the first burial, because they can't use it. There's not enough teaching for them to use it. Oh, I'm telling you, I already know why they don't use it. You can sell more than the New Testament. You can manipulate people better with the New Testament to get them out. Because it's more strict and you can see what Elohim rewarded.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he fed them people.
Yes, sir.
Them folk when they get to heaven, they gonna eat. Them folk get fed right there.
Yeah. Right there.
Them folk walk down. Them folk walk around red with riches.
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to heaven. Them folk, man, I'm chilling.
That's right.
Man, I got a pot full of gold.
That's right.
Every time I know leprechaun. He felt like, man, I walk out here, man, I'm loaded.
Yes, sir.
That man gave them something. Think about what we're going to make them walk out there with him and with nothing. Right. Pitch black dog. Oh, you got the Yarick up here. And I'm dead broke. I'm dead broke. And I said, look, that's my freedom. Let's do this. When the slaves were so-called free in America, where did they go?
I don't stay right there.
Hold on for a minute. What you say, sir?
I don't stay right
Why they stay right there?
They ain't had nowhere to go.
And they have no money. You see the difference what happened with them in Mizraim when they left? They left there with substance, and he had to take them, so he had to show them where they were going. What about it? That's stupid. That's stupid. I'm just walking out. What? Where you going, nigga?
That's right.
Them folks had a family. They had flocks, other stuff. And they didn't even, are you serious? With nothing? But that's how they get you to move. Nobody teach you anything with sense. Everybody thinks you stupid. They'll teach you just enough to make you stupid. Nobody tell them people came out with substance, because you'll start questioning the preacher. Yeah. You'll start questioning the teacher. Think about it. Y'all done heard before you came here about the quote-unquote children of Israel coming out Egypt. Right. They don't talk about them people come out with great substance. They'll talk about the blood and how he destroyed Pharaoh and all that. Yeah, but he ain't leave them broke. All the preacher said, why you want me broke, preacher? He didn't leave it people broke. Right. Then he taught them a system where it was consistent, where nobody among you, he said, listen, it's always going to be people going to mismanage and going to mess up. He said, so y'all going to have to be ready to open your arm wide to them. He said, ain't going to never see, so you always going to have to keep your arms open. He said, he knew it's going to be some people going to mess it up. He said, keep your arms open. Why y'all think Yahushua was sitting up on the two with their arms stretched over? He came to the poor. He said, ain't going to never cease. So they had to keep my arms open wide. Hello? Look at it. The man said he rich in mercy. That's why to keep his arm open. Hello? He was trying to show you what rich in. He had enough for everybody. When you're rich, you got something you can give away, right? That's how we knew we were rich. Look, he had enough to sustain all of us. Y'all think about that. The man was rich in mercy. That's what he told. Long suffering. That's why he could stick him out. He said, I got it. Listen, I can go a long way. He said, I can do this. That's why I'm here. That's why I have him. For the fact that I look at he's able to do all these things. I couldn't do it for myself. Ain't nobody, if people out there hated me, ain't nobody hated Tony Smith more than Tony Smith. You think about it. How many of y'all got people you know have hated you or hate you? I don't hate you enough for you to probably hate you enough for you to die. Worse than you? Worse than we've been to ourselves? The stuff we've done, the stuff we put ourselves in? All that's called hate. That's what you do. Let me tell you how I know. In the 5th chapter, I'll get it for you. You hold me that 5th chapter of the book of, say that 5:22 of Ephesians. Right quick, I'm going to go ahead and get my time. Let me I got to get y'all out of here. Come on. I'm trying to figure out what my wife doing. What time we on? What time y'all got?
It's right there, 7:24.
Yep, that was the time I got. That was kind of funny, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Who all laughed at that? I just keep them up. You got to tell the truth. Going to Malcolm. That's good. I'm gonna need checks from all y'all. Let me make sure. I ain't never laugh at my pastor. No, that's not. All right, this Romans 15:4. Y'all know why we using this? Now everybody, I don't want y'all holding nobody to. Well, preacher always said, if a preacher don't use this, he's sin. I never said that yet. No. But no, it's the truth that Ephesians 5:22. Let's see something. No. We want a base first. 15:4. All right, listen.
For everything.
And what we using? They using Bible Gateway, and this is the Hebrew Greek version. Hebrew. Complete Jewish, because they got the complete Jewish. They got the Orthodox Jewish Bible, OJB. This is CJB. They got the Tanakh too. Had to look. We probably look at the Sefer. I think that they spell it what, CEPHER. Yeah, they got that Sefer. They got the name right now, but I can't. A lot of these people, it's hard to trust everybody. But again, with all these people, we move a lot, and I apologize, but I like to explain myself why. Our goal is to try to get. Our goal is to get to the original.
Right.
Until we can get back there are steps we have to make in order to get back down. So little by little, we have to keep kind of going, then we make corrective measures here. We say, okay, because even with this, it's volatile. It has some stuff in it that, with them using English word, they kind of pull you back out. They'll manipulate, because most people fall asleep. Oh, that's the Jewish verse. Them people of God, they right. They cricket. He don't have no Jewish people.
That's right.
But, unfortunately, these people have made a fool out of us, have created their own name, created their own way these people can't find anywhere, and they've gone inside of books and wrote it. That in itself show you error.
That's right.
That it's fallible, because the fact this was not a word he ever used. This isn't something that you call yourself translating. You purposely did something to get people off.
Yeah.
That's just being honest. People can tell they want to, and I know people love these folks and love white folks to death. And we should harm one another, but the truth is just the truth.
That's right.
That everybody manipulates you.
Yep.
Your own people manipulate you. You get up on the Hebrew Israelite, you get up on the Yahudim, they'll manipulate you. They're gonna sell you on, we the people, ain't nobody the people but the Yahudim are his people, but it consists of more than just this color. The problem I have is when you selling a color. It's not that he didn't have a people of color, but at the same time, you look at, I made everybody. So I took a people small like a seed, and with them I multiplied. And like any seed, you can take a seed, take it and plant it somewhere else. Think about it. All the trees we knew started in the gun. So how did the trees get everywhere else? So you had to take a seed and plant them and put them. Y'all got it? That's what he did with us.
Yes, sir.
So now what does he do? Now I got the people. Now I plant the word in their hearts.
Right.
In the law. That's how I got myself a people. So when you get fixated on, man, all black people, all black people gonna be saved, that's a lie. That's a lie. Black people did me more harm than white folk. White people did their harm systematically. White people do it, black people do it directly to your face. Right. They stab in your back right here. How many of y'all been hurt by black folk? In your face. Stab me in the back. The white folk typically beat you as system, how they set the system up. The system is set up over you. But your own people, I look at them being more at fault for the fact, you know our struggle. Right. It's bad when we do it because you know my struggle. Right. That's why, you're breaking my house. You know, if you see me with something, it's only because I had to work how many times harder than you. Yep. So for you to take from me is more of an insult than them. Right. Come on, you know how it is for me. But unfortunately, we're not taught to care about each other. We're working on that. So for everything written, Kitab in the past was Kitab to
Lamed us.
To teach us, to show us, to instruct us. My young people, y'all got this? Y'all need to know that, so that with the encouragement. So if you want to learn something, what you going to use? Alice, you said yes, sir? Or that was Ian? All right, Alice, what you going to do if you want to learn something? Come on, I can't hear you. Come on. Come on, Ra, I'd like to look at you. Ra, of the little children, all the children of the... What you say now? Based on what we just read. Yeah, now you're trying to think. What would you think? What was you thinking over there? Don't look over there. You know where you was at. What was you thinking over there?
Please rephrase the question.
Who you learn that from, man? Because I don't teach that.
Dwayne.
Okay, Dwayne, I should have known it. That's who taught you that. Pre-rephrase the question. So based off of this, for everything written, which is kitab, in the past was kitab written to teachers. So if you want to learn something about Elohim, you want to learn about Yahushua, what would you use? The book. What you looking at for? What part of the book?
You said if I want to learn about Elohim.
Yes.
Hold on.
Probably. You said, hold up.
If I want to learn about Elohim, the book.
Same question, the book. I want to learn about Elohim, the existing one, Yahuwah. So let me say something. When you did like this, did that help you? Like, did it like start to come to you?
Yeah,
It's like, yeah. So now I should have the answer. And the answer is,
I don't know.
do it again, see if it maybe come to you.
Elohim, the existing one.
He's the existing one. So what part I'm going to use of the book? It ain't working. Let's get in up here. And your name up here on the board? Is your name on the board?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, homie. That helped me out. When you put that check up there like that, see how that thing start coming together for me? That ain't your daddy name you putting that down there by, is it? That's I'm making sure. Because that capital. Oh, yeah, he up there. Thank you. Come on in. What you checking your wife for? You got somewhere to go? Look at that wife like you got somewhere to go. He about some business or something. So, whatever was written aforetime kitab was written to, which is kitab to teachers. So if I want to learn about Elohim, what am I going to use? It's a good answer. Always. What does the do? Are you getting ready to sing? What does the do? That give you a time to think about it. What's the answer?
You can use the book.
I can use the book. That's the same answer here. Is your name on the board? Get to the, go ahead, man. That's the same. That's for copying other folk answers. What y'all joker doing? Yeah, I know. Check your watch. It's time for you to go. No, they're good. I appreciate my young people. You're using the book. The reason why I want you to pay attention, because whatever he's telling you that whatever was written in the past. Because typically what it tells me, and we constantly read it, a lot of times this is what people use. This is what they teach you about your old life. That's in the past. And they teach you that to tell you to do what with it? Forget about it. You said to learn it? Don't do that. That's bad. That's bad. That man did it to you. Darren was though like, Darren said, did I say that? No. But typically, how we're raised, what they teach you, when things in the past, what you do? Forget about it. Leave it in the past. And this hurts us because now we come to find out that actually the reason why it was written in the past, so you could go and learn from it. See, what they tell us to do, they don't do. When they teach you about history, it's all past. And think about it. Through learning history, you see how much it's predicated on things that happen today. Why would I get rid of the Old Testament and feel like I have a better relationship with him today? Unless I know the past to know what happened, what occurrences played a part, how was the relationship formulated, how do I really know I have a what we call a concrete relationship? Listen, none of us will be justified until they come back here. That's the first thing you need to realize. Don't go ahead and watch the tongue runners, tongue speaker runners, cartwheel flippers, pew walkers. Go ahead and run with that. Don't y'all know we got to wait till this man come back in?
Yes, sir.
The writing teach us that judge nothing before the time until Yahuwah come.
That's right.
Somebody you counting out might be counted in.
That's right.
Somebody you counting in might be counted out.
That's right.
Look at Yehuda. We didn't know Yehuda who he was till he kissed him.
That's right.
Did we know who you, now, of course you know now because you done read, you've been told, you know, what happened. But before that, how do we know who it was? Even the time of day with them, when they were eating, they kept asking, who is it? They're like, I want to know who it is. He said the same one, his hand, and they still, because they were still trying to figure out who is it. Said the same one dipping hand. That man stuck your hand. He looked, oh goodness. He let him know, whatever you're going to do it quickly. And he left out their sight. So you got to figure, you are living a Kaya life, so we're trying to make sure that we get this to timing complete. The only way to make sure we're on the right pathway is to go back and to search and see what actually substantiated a relationship. Abraham was known as a friend of Re'ah. Let's look up what the word is. I know I told him to get me 5 and 22 of Ephesians. Who are willing, we'll look at that. That's all I can tell you if he's willing. You're not going to hold me to nothing. You ain't going to make me do nothing but poop. That's all you make me do is make me poop. Okay. Y'all saw his chastisement. Y'all saw I told y'all what that was. They put it up there. That mean they were checking behind me. Who didn't trust me? Jahid. Tell him to tell. Don't be scared of him. He's just a man with a knife, with a sock in his drawer. They made him play baseball with a butcher knife in his sock. He said, yeah, when I was young, I used to have a problem with my leg bleeding all the time. A butcher knife in his sock playing basketball. Raya is how they say pronounce it. Raya, okay? An associate, more or less close. Brother, companion, fellow, friend, husband, lover. That's amazing because lovers would call each other companions. You know what I'm saying? But here we start to look at what a Raya was. Do we have any deeper going back to the root, or this is the root? The root is 77462. We already down. That is the root. So what word came from the root? Ra'ah, to tend to a flock, to pasture it, to rule, to associate with it. This part, what we look at, see, as a friend, to associate with it. Y'all see that? So now we want to start to look at associating with, based off of this. Based off what we're looking at. So when we start to read, you can see how it's being used by extension to associate with. Okay? Let me see some. See that 15 and 13? Your Ukanan, since we put that down. Companion and different things he's saying. Your Ukanan. Let me see that what I want. Your Ukanan. Your Ukanan. Ken, you got some stone. I can understand what you're saying. They be just jumping and going. And I be looking. I said, these niggas can't understand every word. Cause I can't understand every word. That's it. I ain't mad at this. You got your fans now. I be looking. I said, boy, it's a lot of crackheads in here. I said, hey, yeah, they don't listen. Now, you be gone and listen. Some of them not know. I can hear exactly what you're saying. And so I had to listen. Now, I'm telling you, got me. You said, 100 hits, 100 sign, 100, 100 had time. That nigga, they be like, damn. I ain't about to say it. Nothing to count. All the rest of them did. They start. Everybody saying, count. 100, 100, I said, I said, I'm making this up. Who all on that one? That can't be doing on that one. Wasting time. What's Chanel at? Wasting time. Who else? You on? Wasting time. Don't even get started, can you? Time! And I'm trying to go. Yeah! Yeah! I said, I said, what did he say? No, what is the line? What are you saying? He said beginner. I think you declared the end at the beginning. I don't know. What's that? All versions of me obsolete. I hear something. Oh, the old version of me obsolete. The car. Oh, Zakar. Remember the author. All in my prime. He rose in trial. He worked the prize. Hold on. Who worked the prize? The woes and trials are worth the trial. What happened? The woes and trials are worth the prize. At times I sigh, my head to the sky. Still I'm thriving. One at a time. Now I see what you're saying. I didn't know what he was saying. I ain't know. I mean, I ain't know. I can't do nothing I don't know. But I just know why them niggas, they go crazy. Listen, whatever you and Snell say, shut your mouth. Them folks ain't heard that y'all said. They're like, y'all don't heard me. Get out the way you can. I did a pharmacy. I'm in the pharmacy. I said, he talking about going to pharmacy? I don't know. But he's saying conforming. I said, the form of me. The old version of me. I thought you said something about the pharmacy. So that just showed where I was. I said, he going to CVS, he going to Walgreens. I don't know. But they be hollering and going so, they be losing it though. I ain't mad, man. You got your fans, man. These niggas crazy. I'm just I know I'm gonna get the word and I'm gonna look at it. But that was Chanel. She said, you the only one that print the words. We don't put no words out. Oh, not now. That was last week you said it, so now we all, cause we got lyrics, don't we print out lyrics? Oh, we bust up anyway calling the breezer. The interviewers broke us up. Talking about the video. Talking about trying to put it on Boston. Boston, you do share some of the pain. Oh, our lawyers will be calling you. Each of the chest as I have. Okay. Okay, let's say it. All right, so let me see 12 since start. What I put over here? 15?
13.
13, okay. This is 12 since we have. This is a mar.
Yes, sir. That you keep on a hob each other just as I have a hob you. No one has greater a hob than a person who lays down his ka'ib for his rayah.
Oh my goodness. See, now we're looking at associating. And that's what I want to try. He tell you that so no one has a greater hob than a person who lays down his ka'ib for his rayah. Well, I guess rayim, because it's going to be plural for friends. This is what he told you. You
are my rayim if you do what I mar you.
See, whatever I mar you to do.
I no longer carry you, Abadeen.
Slaves, they put him. Go ahead.
Because a abad doesn't know what his adon is about, but I have kara you, rayim, because everything I have, shama from abi, I have made known to you.
Because we associate like that. That's how we associate different things we associate things with. If you get ready to put on your shoes, what I want you to make sure you put on first? Socks, because we associate shoes and socks together. So he associates people with keeping and doing his will as people that are companions with him. Simply because these are the things that he do. Which makes sense when we go and read in the book of Kazum, when Yehukanan, who they call John, when he saw one of the Malakim, the messengers, he fell down to his feet to worship, but he told him not to do it. Why? He said, I'm also one of your companions. I'm an associate. I keep the Sefer, which are the scrolls in the right. He told him to Shakar Alahim, because that's what I do. So we're looking at being companions. When I think it was Jacob, they called James, he talked about being companions in tribulation. So we look at how we associate. So our association brings about a bond, just like the Kohan. The Kohan actually had to associate himself with the people simply because he himself was fallible. Can you imagine a man you put up the offer for the people was prone to the same thing the people had? It doesn't really make sense. Because in a sense, how are you going to help me when you're prone to that? I got a problem with lusting. I got a problem with drinking. I got a problem with cocaine. And I got a man sitting up here going to offer for me, and this man got the same problem. I'm saying it's kind of crazy. He can't benefit me, but he can say because you ain't going to believe it, brother. I struggle with the same thing. And I go offer for myself because I want better for myself. And I know how to offer for you. When I go in to petition him, it's because I understand what you're dealing with because I myself are prone and subject to the same things. Y'all got it? Yahushua coming here, in order for him to truly be a Re'ah to us, was the fact that he came here and did the same things with them. When he was on the ship, was he separated from them through it being, tossed and gone over? He was on the same ship, the same thing was happening. He was just asleep, but the same thing was happening. When they took the last lunch, was he without exempt from eating? All of them were home when they sat down. So he understood the need and dealt with what it's like to be hungry, what it's like to be in peril, what it's like to be in trouble, what it's like to be hurt, what it's like to be turned against, what it's like to be hated. So we look at someone, we say, a Re'ah, and then he told me I can be his Re'ah, which is an associate, if I just do whatever he command me. Now, everything he's going to command me are the same ideals or the exacts that came from the Abba, which is what he kept. So our association is because we're keeping the same thing with us. This makes us companions. This puts us in a realm where it makes sense for us to do it. Then he told me, this, what I have with him, extend to others that are keepers of it. We can say we're hard one another, but their heart actually starts with us keeping. You know what I'm saying? By us guarding. We talked about guarding, protecting. They teach boxers that. You're in the ring, what they tell you? We're in the ring, do that. We come out the corner, walk up to him like this. Then I want to complain, he don't punch me in my face, I wasn't ready. So when you're in the ring, you understand that. When you're out the ring, I ain't expecting nobody to walk up because I'm not in that realm. You're in a world where you're in the realm, guess what? Protect yourself at all times. You ain't ever got a time that you can sit back. Even you can't sit back and say, drop my guard. That's a bad move. I'm telling you, protect yourself at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Listen, in the 13th chapter of the book of Matthew, they call Matthew, he started talking about a man sowing seed. He talked about some fell by the wayside, some fell in good ground, how some fell. He said as soon as he started telling you how certain things happen, he talking about some when the word was planted. He said then Satan come and say, take that which they even had. Take it from them before they can even get it, before it can take root. So when you're hearing the word, typically you're in a place where you're feeling like this is a safe place, but it ain't safe because it's always, the enemy is always looking to attack you. So when you know this, then you understand how you got to protect yourself at all times. I can't take things for granted. I can't just take it as just a word. I got to take it there. I got to get it, and I got to be ready to defend. That's why he told you about the weapons he gave you, because it's a constant. You're battling the who? With the mind. With the mind. Because when I get the word, this is talking too. Because this got something it want to do. Now with the mind, with the nefesh looking for eternal resting place, the flesh looking for, I'm really trying to get what I'm trying to do it now. I can't count. I got to get what I got to get now. So that has to be, like the scale, it's got to be a balance. It's got to be a balance with what you do from naturally to what you do, what we call spiritual ruachni. So all these things have to set down, you got to consider, but we want to look at these things of being an associate with him because we want to look at Abraham. Abraham was called a friend of Elohim. What we're trying to achieve, this is what he was. So he talked about, you are my Re'ah if you do whatsoever I mar you. I can't look at nobody but Abraham. And because of the friendship he had for Abraham, it extended to Abraham's children. You and I are such great friends, I would look out for your kids. Years ago, that used to be something when people were good friends, they would look out, you know what I'm saying? I got a friend, this is a friend of mine. That friend who you left your child with, somebody you looked at, I know this person enough and they know me enough to know how they know soon my kid feed them no ice cream. They don't do no foolishness like that. They don't have my kids smoking no crack. I left them with a friend. Somebody that's an associate with me, somebody who understands my tribulation, who know what I'm going, who gonna make sure. So you're not doing that. They ask, can I do your mama let you do that? See that? So we're familiar with one another. That's why he wanted to teach us so we have a relationship. And that's why the bond was so thick with Elohim, because he looked at, this man does what I do. Y'all got it? This man does what I do. So I appreciate the fact that not just reading it, but we get an opportunity to have an understanding. You know, you can say that Abraham was a friend of God. Based off of what? He just told me how I become his. And he said, because we have this association with one another, I change your status. I move you from a slave to I move you to a companion. I move you to an associate. And a lot of us don't realize all these things have to change because he told me why. This is important. Pick me up, see in the 8th chapter of the book of Euchanan, same book, 8 and 30. Euchanan, they call John. All right, listen.
My arm, who shama him, say these things, trusted in him. So Yahushua said to Yahudim, who had trusted in him, if you obey what I say, then you are really my Talmudim.
My taught ones.
You will know the Amat, and the Amat will set you free.
See that? Now, see, all these come into with being associate. You got to be taught. He just told them that all things they heard of the Abba, he made known to them, which means I taught it. I instructed to you. The Talmudim are the taught ones. It's important for us to realize this part of being a friend is also being taught, being familiar with. Always be familiar with is to be an associate with, or someone to teach it to you. So now he just told them about being their friend if you do whatever I command you. Now he just talked about a person being the Yahudim and being taught to him. He said when you know them, then it frees you. Who are we looking at being a slave? A free person? You know, who should understand about free and slavery? What race people should really understand it better than anybody else? Being a slave allowed us what freedom? What liberties? Being free allowed us liberty. And you know what we learned too? You can lose your liberty. A lot of people were taken and put back in. Guess what happened? He told the same thing. He told about a man when he come and he talked about when the unclean ruach come, they search through these places and find the red, they don't find none. And they go out, he said, we're going to return. They come back to it, they find it swept and gone, and then they bring with them 7 more other shadim, worse than them. He said, in the last estate of that man, go and find out how worse it was for people that had been free and being served. That was the worst captivity ever. It was better, they had never known freedom. So all that there were a lot of people around. These New Yorkers killed me with this mind. It ain't everyone. I'm talking. They killed me. Cause all these people, they all think they're smart. You're really not that smart. A lot of people went to New York was sold right back into slavery. A lot of people went straight to New York, got sold, came straight back down. New York was they were all these states. They were set on selling people back. None of these people were against slavery. I don't know where people get this stuff from. They were against. They would have stopped it. They had conversations about it, but they weren't implementing anything to change. They ain't changed nothing today.
That's right.
These people kill me. They still trying to tell you free. How you free? You don't have the same rights as other people. You sit here and work just like, and pay the same taxes. If I ain't a person, ain't a human being, I shouldn't be paying taxes. I ain't a part of the country. You done told me yourself I ain't American. What other monkeys pay taxes? What other monkeys and jickaboos and coons pay insurance?
That's right.
Now I'm a man, they're trying to pay them bills.
That's right.
They're trying to get drafted to fight for them, I'm a man.
That's right.
I need to stand up for my country. So they always say you're a bad bill of goods about this whole thing. So what we're trying to look at, he just told them about being just being associated with him. He said, it changed your status. He said, you go from now not being a slave anymore. You go to being a free person because of the association, because of the keeping of the Torah. This frees us. What they came to look like they came in bound us. Now he's talking about if you do whatever I told you, he said, you're going to be my re'ah. He's at that point, I won't call you a slave anymore. Because see, your slavery is actually your will to your flesh. What does the law come to teach us to do? How not to give in to the will of the flesh. So now what were they slave at? Because he just said, if you do whatever I command you. Sin doesn't allow you to do and keep the law. That's the only way sin can live. It needs the law, the Torah. It needs something to weigh against. And once you do it, now you implement it in death. So I can leave the law and give you a mindset and teach you that you don't become a violator of the law and you still live. Now guess what? You ain't going to believe it. Now the law give you life. And it's through association. Hello? Okay, let's see. So let's see what he told them.
They answered, we are the seed
Again,
of
let's see
Abraham.
how they told them. Hold on before you move down. So they put Yahushua said to the Yahudim, who has trusted in him, if you
Obey.
listen with the intent to do what I say, then you are really my Talmudim. This more or less solidifies it. Isn't that right? This will be an adverb, typical adverb in with an ly. You will know the Amat, and the Amat truth will set you
free.
You won't be a slave anymore. Why you think these people don't want you to have this book? Did y'all watch the documentary I sent out to y'all? How many of y'all watched them? Did y'all pay attention to some of the stuff I told y'all you'll notice in there? How they used the Bible? How long they gave you certain things and they took things out? How they wouldn't teach it? I try to tell y'all this stuff. I already know what they done. And these people will fight me about why you just don't stay with one writing. Because it ain't for you. They wrote a book to keep me from something. They wrote a book that they gave you to because you wasn't doing nothing. So you got to understand something. When the white man ran up on me, when I say me, we were doing something. That's why he didn't bring the other races over here and make them slaves, okay? They weren't doing anything. Let the people tell you this stupid stuff. Why aren't they slaves here? They were never doing anything. Don't let the folks make no fool up. Why you think you're a slave here? Because you were doing something. Anybody stupid? You had a country full of trees and land, and you needed labor. People who could cut trees, people who could build, people that could plant, people that can hunt, people that can kill, people that can protect. That's why you came and got me. Now, you can be impressed with all these folks. Bruce Lee is very impressive on TV. I tell that nigga out here and let him roll me one day, I'll be very unimpressed with him. Whoa! Nigga, it's time to go to work. All that nose kicking and foot jumping, it's time to get to work, nigga. And that's where you're going to fall short at. You can't wear your bell road where I be going. I tell him flat, if that's all you don't put on them sandals, you're going to be very disappointed. You only put some shoes on. We finna grind. Yeah, we gotta get in these trenches. I'm not impressed with all that road wearing. Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm just trying to help y'all out now. Folks, everybody impressed you. Only reason they came and got you, you was industrial people. These people ain't stupid. You played a part of everything these people got. Now you just can't, now they ripped you out of so much of your knowledge, you don't know how to go back and dispense it nowhere else. Only place you know how to dispense it now here under somebody ruling over you. Man, look at the pyramids we built. Everybody know we built that stuff. They can't tell them to go build a pyramid today. Tell them to take every white man they got, every one of these niggas over here, these Americanized Baptist and Christian niggas, go take every Jap and Chinese they can find and say, go ahead and build one of them. Why you don't see pyramids there? You see them fake, phony little pyramid. Go build a pyramid like over Mizraim. You know what kind of mindset them people had? How they had new math and new angles. And you think white folk, they teach you angles now. Them folk were doing that without school. They knew it. It was trait. It was in their minds. All he put in our heart, like he told you the Torah. He said, I'm going to write it in their lobs and in their minds. I'm going to put this where it's going to be in their mind. You're not going to take that away from them. Okay. No. We got a whole book called Zakah. What I need to remember for if I'm going to keep reading books. Right. Why I need to remember if everything wrote down? What's the purpose of writing stuff down? So why you tell me to remember? You should be telling me to read. Because these people are going to take your information from you. Hello? He told Yeshayahu in 38, now go. What do you want me to do? Well, before them on the table. And know the inner first. Put it on a scroll that it may be for the what? How long? For a long. He said, write it for them. They had to write it for them. Now, I got to remember this. He didn't tell me he's going to put in their hearts and their mind. He said he's going to put in our hearts and our mind. These people have transfigured these books so much. They have, listen, I'll tell you stuff, they'll say it ain't right because it ain't the book. If you so worried about what's right, why you touch it? You should have left it alone.
Yeah.
They'll try to put it on tongues. Oh, he want to change word. He want to go you. It don't say that in there. What it did say, you should have left it alone. We wouldn't have to worry about tongues.
That's right.
Because I got association. Listen, you can start watching patterns, just like you watching patterns. I look at patterns before I start really believing stuff. Where's a pattern for this? You don't have a pattern for it, then it's something they just configured up. I'm just being honest. Religion hurt us more than it helped us.
Yes.
Religion is what got us away from Elohim.
Yes.
Okay? The way things were set up for us, we were set in communities, as they would call them. In our community, we didn't just have the writings, we lived the writings. Right. Because when we went and we sat in the gate, what were we supposed to do? Talk about it. When we went back in our house, what were we supposed to do? That's right, you're going to see it. When you got in your house and you laid down, what were you supposed to do? Meditate on it. This is a constant. So we did things, all the stuff that you see we use. Can we see the Olive Bell chart right quick? Every day. Come down. Every day. A little small. Which of these options I ain't gonna see? Olive. This is the most versatile. I'm not gonna see the olive. We gotta offer these things. I ain't gonna see a bed. I ain't gonna see no house. Every day. I'm never gonna see a foot. And I ain't gonna never see a door. Hold on. I'm sorry. Come here, go. I ain't gonna never see a man. I ain't gonna never see a peg. I'm never gonna see a zen. I'm never gonna see a car, the walls. Jerusalem's surrounded with walls. I'm never gonna see a basket, which you gather. I'm never gonna see an arm because everybody quadriplegic and blind. I'm never gonna see a hand. I'm never gonna see a lamet, the stick that's used. I'm never gonna see Ma'im. What else I got? And Noah ain't gonna never see no eye. I ain't gonna never see no gun, no rope. I'm never gonna see a mouth. I'm never gonna see what was this right here? The sod, which is gonna be the trail of pattern. I ain't gonna never see the trail of pattern. I'm never gonna see the kuf, which is gonna mean we're gonna see the Shemai sitting up, coming up over the horizon. I'm never gonna see a head. I'm never gonna see the shin. I'm never gonna see two teeth. Probably not really about bad mouth, but they don't smile. And the two. All this stuff we're gonna have. You're gonna mark things. And the reason I went over there, everything you see, they use it every day. Yes, sir. That's right. So guess what keeps always in my ritual, in my mindset? Elohim. Look at today how much of this stuff you see on here you'll never see today. Right. You won't think nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. That's how they get you. You go to the store, use a grocery bag, some of them charge you for it, don't need to have me. You don't have nothing, you'll get it, just put it in your hand, put it in the box, anything. They get you away from thinking, considering. But the way things were set for them, this was their life. This is your constant life. So you saw Elohim in everything you do. Guess when y'all seen Elohim? When you can't hear, you heard about it. Noon Palau. Everything they did reflected Elohim. They only had the city because of Elohim. Right. Everything came, they considered, even when the Mahim came, that was part of his barak. You see the rain come, it just screwed you up. You had plans. They wanted the Shemaim to give them the rain because that was part of the Bered. I give you the first. That's what he give us so we can plant our crops. When we plant them, he said, I'll give you the first and latter rain. Before you bring the harvest, I'll give you the rain. All these were symbolism. They don't teach you that. They tell you, oh, rainy season. How did it rain? This is part of his Bered. This is your plant time. I'm giving you the Ma'im. You plant them, you need to water the ground. I'm watering the ground. They done taught you, here come them spring storms. Oh boy, they gonna be bad. Them summer storms. Anything other to get you at night. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You so stupid you don't know. You arguing with me. You praying for me to get the rain back. Because you weren't playing something stupid outside. I'm trying to consider how many people got to eat. I got a whole of runs. I got animals, I got plants, I got other things got to eat. I got insects got to eat. Stuff you hate. Woo, God, kill all the bugs. That's a good one, stupid. Most of these bugs help work and transfer. They feed other animals that you eventually get the other animal that you eat that eat them. That's right. Bugs are rich, a lot of them are rich in protein. A lot of these food, chickens do better when they eat bugs. So we get rid of bugs like they've been doing and feeding them corn. What happened to us? Weak, sickly. They set you up for this disease. This disease been out here. Chickens don't eat bugs. They call them yard bugs. They eat bugs. Those bugs have high in protein. You can't eat them. Elohim set up something that can't eat them, and then you get the benefit by you eating them. You said, man, we can eat these. These real rich in protein. He said, I got something for you. I got an animal that eat it, whose system is set to digest it. You eat it, and then it don't even hurt you. Hello? That's what Yahushua did. He tasted death for everybody. Look at you. Didn't even hurt you. Now he let you eat him. Think about it. Yeah. Come on. Y'all, how many of y'all eat red snapper? Nasty. Tell you why. Grouper. Nasty. Flounder. Filthy. All of them. Look at them. Listen. They eat squid. They eat shrimp. And they still clean for you. Elohim set their system up where it digests and eat it. You said, you know, this stuff in shrimp we need. The iodine really good, but the shrimp ain't clean. He said, well, eat the red snapper. Yeah. he eat the shrimp.
That's right.
I'll get it to you through another vessel. We studied, arguing, fuss with the man. He set up other alternatives. You ain't gonna believe it. He got plants that produce iodine. Go figure. I know you need it, but I know you'll follow these people. See, God didn't mean for you not to eat those because you really need them. Just go ahead and eat them. No, I got plants that can do some of the same beneficial things. Shark cartilage, good for if you got bone, like you got deteriorated bone. Shark cartilage, one of the best things you have. He got plants that do the same thing. You think he that stupid? I put everything good in a shark, you can't eat a shark. He got the same stuff in plants. He got a plant you can eat that can come back and help rebuild and put in the car. Come on, he's smarter than us. You ain't that stupid. You think he that stupid? But a person who's gonna use science, that's why Shaul told you to avoid, opposition. Make sure what you call this science. Science is opposition. It usually typically goes against what he states. And he told you it's falsely so-called. And he told you that many have erred with it. Because they sign, they think they know something. Okay, school sign, whatever, biology, college sign, all the same stuff. It's going to get you back to lies. It gets you back to a lot of stuff you can't prove. It all date back to stuff you can't prove. It's going to go against all the I said throw it all in the trash. I don't care what numbers, I don't care what hypothesis you come up with, throw it in the trash. Because you're going to err when it come down to all the hand. These folks, you can go ahead and get it and put your heart in it, but it ain't going to put you in the plan of salvation. That's why a lot of people won't take it. See, Scientology is a religion. See how they even took it and made a religion out of it. You see who go to it, ain't none of them broke. That's what money will do. Right there, too, he told you about charging them that are rich. Right behind Science, he told, guess who go to it? Go find out how many broke niggas in Scientology. See, when you get money, money make you stupid. Because there's always a logical money reason behind everything. Nobody want to sit down and just acknowledge there is a being that greater than all of us, and everybody need to submit to him. If you can't beat him, like I said, join him. Because we definitely can't. What I see, we ain't did no good if they've been fighting him. We've been losing. It's time to join him. Get in the man con so we can keep from destruction. But our goal is to get an understanding about being a friend to Elohim. Now he's telling us about being limited, teaching, instructing, and showing. By being a Talmudim, it'll root back to the Lamed. So now we look at this. You will know, listen, really, my Talmudim, if you obey. Obeying really makes you a taught one. Obeying, really. You ain't been doing this. You could be this, but you fake. Because you ain't been obeying. That's just being honest. Because now he's going to go back and show you. You will know the truth and
Mott will set you free.
You won't be a slave anymore. Listen what he said.
They answered, we are the seed of Abraham and have never been Abadim to anyone.
Listen.
So what do you mean by saying you will be set free?
Listen.
Yahushua answered them, yes, indeed. I tell you that everyone who practices kata
is what?
Is a abad of kata.
So what were they thinking? They were thinking like people in Africa do, like with us. Ain't never been no slave. And Yahushua said, yes, you have. You committed kata. Because everybody looking at the physical. That's what they were looking at. They know people from what they state, because he didn't call them a kazar, which a liar. They had never been a slave to nobody. Not according to what they just told you. They said, we've never been in bondage to nobody. We the seed of Abraham. He said, yeah, but if you've been practicing, you've been committing kata, he said, you've been a slave the whole time. See, but you know what? The reason they didn't know it? Because you're taught, because you ain't been taught. See, when you ain't been taught, a lot of things, listen, a lot of people look at America as hope, liberty, opportunity, chance for advancement. That's somebody who don't know. That's because you don't know. Man, listen. It has some, what they would call advantages over a lot of other nations. And that's only because they purposely cripple other nations to make themselves look better. See, you could do the same thing, and same thing a pimp do. He make himself look a certain way to a prostitute. Where do you think he gonna keep her at? He gonna take her and keep her on Wall Street? No, because she gonna see a nigga on there who doing good, who ain't pimping. That nigga do just the better he do and treat her better, he gonna leave her. He gonna keep her on the corner where low-line, broke niggas gotta come get her, and she gonna see him, and guess what? This is my best chance for survival, staying with the pimp. This is how America beat you. Because they only show you and they allow you to go to places that's going to be lesser of them. They'll let you go to Europe, they're going to show you, no, you don't need no shot to go to Europe. You don't need every shot and then something to go to Africa. And inside they're going to see these places, watch them. They're only going to be resort safe. Not to mention, you can get killed anywhere in America. School everywhere. None of them places don't have school shoot. He'll kill you everywhere. And you'll say, man, I want to go back to America where it's safe, where I can make it. You know how many people ain't making it? But they learn how not to show it to you. They learn what to put on the news and what not to put on the news. So it looks like your world is better than everybody else's world, and it's actually not. So now he's trying to tell them, because they looking at they've never been slave, what you saying is something that don't fit me. Talking about being free, because we never been a slave. So now you start letting them know, well, if you practice kata, sin, he said, then you're a slave. You're a slave. Listen what he told them.
An abad does not remain with the mishpachah alone, but a being does remain with it alone.
So now he's going to make you an associate. He's got to get you back into a certain position in order to get you to be able to abide and stay in the bed, which is in the house. That's why he told you in the 15th chapter about being his ra'ah, transition you by associating you with him, getting you away from the status of being a slave. Because he said a slave, slaves didn't stay in there with him. They had what they call house slaves, so they couldn't sleep where the master slept. You put them somewhere else, and he let them know they can't abide. This is not their inheritance. We're talking about putting you in possession, or putting you in a position where you come into inheritance of. But you need to have a certain knowledge to do that. You know what some people do when they die? Some people, before they die, they'll leave a will. And they'll have it set with an attorney, somebody who can read the will for them, because they have knowledge of. Some people, you get in the will, they can't understand it. So they'll go to a will read, where somebody can explain it to or get an attorney involved, somebody who can explain to them what exactly goes to you and what doesn't, and what's your legal rights. That's how he was doing. I'm trying to tell you what your legal rights are. If you stay in that position, there's no way you can be a possessor of it, because you're practicing kata. That's why he told you by obeying him, then you become an associate. See, I can associate myself with you if you do what I tell you. Okay, in the first chapter of 1 Corinthians 5 and 9, he told you about a person, if such a one, a fornicator or such a one. What he told you to do?
Keep not company.
No, not the what? Don't associate with them, because they're not obeying. All the people, Kanu, who they call Enoch, walk while him. How you think he walked while him? Oh, I sure want to walk with you. Do what I tell you. Yahushua told you that the Abba never left him alone. Why?
Only thing you please him.
I do always those things that please him. You ain't gonna believe what please him, to keep his Amar. So what do we need to do to be an associate and transition from being a slave? Because you don't have a permanent seat. So you have to start looking at you obeying. You have to look at you complying. You got to look at what have I command? A commandment is an order, not asked. I'm ordering you to do it. That's what a commandment is. It's not optional. I'm ordering you to do this. At that point, you become a violator. You need to learn how you infract your laws. You got it? When you go against it and you hurt something, you damage. He said you do damage when you don't do it. So it's to our benefit, and then guess where the damage come to? The damage come to us. When you violate the law, the Torah, you're going to get hurt. That's what you found by everybody who did it. It wound up hurting them. And I think it's, you don't have to go get it, Beth. Malakim, the first chapter of 2 Kings, when Ahaz fell through the lattice, and he sent the inquirer, who that was, inquirer? Beelzebub, whether he would recover, and Yahuwah told him, you're not going to recover, because he violated the Torah. You weren't supposed to seek after no other Elohim. All he wanted to know, like we said, I was just asking. He said, well, you won't recover. He said the bed he was laying on, you won't get up off of it, and he died. Because that you violate. See, where the hurt come from? See, you violated, but the hurt came back to you. Why you think the wages of sin are death? That's to get you to realize who you think you hurt. You hurting yourself. Think of, when you go, anytime you are committing kata, you're only hurting yourself. That's the stupidity. You're hurting yourself. That's why we start talking about loving yourself. See, me learning of Elohim and getting this understanding moving, it taught me, look at, Tony, you never really loved yourself. I bought things for myself. I sent myself places. I did things for myself. I did a lot of stuff for myself, but I didn't know how to love myself. And then it come back and you realize, I was so dumb. People say, when you love yourself, you don't mind spending that. You don't mind doing it. That's not loving yourself. A lot of times you covering up for something. That's not. Please don't get that confused. They must really love it. No, they really hurting. And they really trying to cover up. You don't think that. That's what they really doing. That's what I did. People, now you ask them, of course, they're going to cuss you out because nobody want to get caught. Of course, they're going to deny it because they're human and we lie. Truth of the matter is, they're covering up. They're covering up. It's like sometimes parents, they'll buy their kids a whole lot of stuff. You say, man, they love their kid. They buy their kid. No, they don't. I don't have the time to care. I don't know how to do, so I give them stuff to occupy their time to get them out of the way. Guess what we think as a kid? What we say? Man, their parents love them. They get them everything. No, their parents don't. Their parents get them out of the way because I don't know how to be a parent. I don't know how to give you time, so I give you things and let things make up for what I'm supposed to be doing. But when you don't know, and you assume, and you start getting jealous of folks. Oh, why my parents can't love me like that? And you learn later on, you see them kids grow up, and they be just as dysfunctional as somebody didn't have nothing. You think, what's wrong with them? You had everything. Yeah, you know, they sat there, they didn't give me time. They never used to hug me and just tell me they love me. What? Love you? Your parents to give you? Your parents gave me things to substitute what they couldn't give me. They didn't know how to give me themselves. See? Well, how we always look at things. See, we always look at stuff from the exterior. Get in the interior. Interior tell the whole truth. That's what I harp about the word. There are things about me, like I'm discussing, I'd never had these conversations. Because then we're going to be talking about some stuff that really ain't your business. That's about how vulnerable I am. That's about things I protect to keep people from getting a hold of it that hurt me. Then you realize, how can they hurt me? They hurt me because you got a truth about me that I want nobody to know. If I realize that's the truth about me, then change it. So I take away your power from hurting me. I told Chanel something, she told it, and now I'm finna die. That's my whole world. She done told the whole that truth to me, kill me. What was it about it? What were you trying to hide? That you never dealt with, and now it's gonna cost you your whole life with somebody knowing it. Don't ever get nobody that power over you. I don't give people that power. That'll never happen. You'll never get that power. You have to give people that power. That you'll let them take you down from something you done in your past because you're still trying to hold to it. Don't give people that. Let me tell you what y'all want to know, what you don't know. Ain't nobody you know, nobody you see ain't got a secret. Let me be clear. There is nobody that you know, there is nobody that you see that ain't got a secret. Am I clear? Yes, can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Can you see everybody else?
Yes, sir.
Can you see people when you go outside this room and you go in the world, you see people? Everybody got a secret. It's just human nature. You have to give people the power of. You got it? You have to give people that power. That damn you and take you down, destroy you and push you to, I can just kill myself. They told that. That's something that you connected yourself to and you put your whole life to it. And then it takes you down. Put your trust in Elohim. That's just being honest. That's just being honest. I don't. End of the day, we got to get it right. And we got to get it right and get complete with this man. And being complete is be honest with ourselves on how far you willing to go in this endeavor. Because a lot of us are just going to a point. It's not really to all the way. I'll go to see how far I can go. I'm not. I'm going all the way. Because I know how far Tony can go, and sometimes that can be limited. I'm going all the way. All the way. Don't put it on how far you can go. You don't mess up. You don't mess up. You say, well, I did all I can do. I tried all I could. And you'll stop. That'll be your stopping point. Go all the way. He'll help you. Don't put it on you. All I can do is the best I can do. You know what I just tell y'all? As soon as I have enough, I'm going to stop. I won't do the best I'll do. I'm going to do everything he done told me to do. I'm not going to go as far as I can go. I'm going all the way. See, all these words limit you. All these words limit you. That's it. I tell you something, you're pretty strong. I start handing some stuff, he'll keep holding. He'll say, I'll hold as much as I can. I give him so much. You know, eventually his mind going to tell him, man, that much you can do. You'll be surprised how much far you go. But if you say, I do what I can, how much they going to be? Anything I do, how much? Because think about it. I told you, I'm going to do what I can. He didn't write a book based on what I can do. I want you to sting yourself more than that. Because think about it, everything you got to do with this is more than typically you would do. Right. Get up and confess it. That ain't y'all business what I done done. What y'all need to know? That's more than what I can do. Everything he pushes you to is putting you more than what you can do. Showing you your ability is greater than what you're thinking. But that's how you see him. Because when you put it to your limits, all you keep seeing is what you can do. And I tell you, listen, I did what I can do. You said, look at this here. You said, listen, all I can do what I can do now. Those are my limits. Set by me. Set that when my mind tell me, you stupid doing things other than this. I know that far as I go. That's it. A lot of times your limit, you can't, when you serve all of him, you got to have your mind set. If he set the protocol, it's because I know how far you can go. I know what you can do. You just got to see it. That's why I told you to do it, because I know you could do it. Every time my mind look at man, you can't do that. I mean, you just can't do it. And that's because I'm looking at me and how far I can go and what I'm going to do. How far I can go. And I know it's no way a man can't commit sin. It just don't make sense. And that was because I was looking at how much I could do, how far I can go. He said it, but he was talking to somebody else. Think about it. When there's something you look, you can block. I heard what he said, and they said that about it. Listen, that's dope. And he keep moving. Because he wasn't talking to me. Because I know what I can do. They ain't crazy. I know. And I'm looking at, I willfully gave in to things. So I looked at it. I tried. I put myself in a failing spot to say I tried. You didn't try. You're in a failing spot. You set yourself to show, and I can say, I tried it. I tried. A person can't, anybody tell you a person can't live right, they hadn't really tried it. They tried to their extent, and they put themselves in a compromised position. And you're exactly right. You can't do it. That's something I stay away from. I told you, man, there's some hoes over in Magic City. Why don't you come preach to them? Hoes ain't getting no word from me. That's right. I ain't going there to preach them hoes. Them hoes put on some clothes. You coming out of here? Maybe around throwing one of my old jams. I been took my stuff off it now. Oh, no. It's certain place. No. No, I'm at a certain place you just learn, you got to stay. One time I go in there trying to see what I can handle and where I'm at and test. Folks all the time, you need to know where you at in God. You go find out. I know what I'm in Yahuwah. Yahushua taught me that when he didn't dive off that rock. He said, man, he said, don't tempt him. That's right. Ain't that right? That's why Tupac got from. He said, ain't no gangster, but don't push me. That's right. Say, told you be the Ben Ahim, cast yourself down. He said, no, don't push me. So you got to start realizing your ability and start looking at what he actually predicated. He wouldn't tell you to do if you couldn't do it. That's the mindset. God, why would you ask me to do something I couldn't do? How would you? Would you ask? What's your name, John? What's your name? Huh? What's your name? What is it? Who? Just want to make sure you remember. All right. So would you send him to the grocery store? They had to come home cook a whole Thanksgiving meal. Why not? And get what? Now, you tell me she's smart out of him. She wasn't sending Jordan to the grocery store to buy grocery and come home and cook a Thanksgiving meal. And Yahuwah done sat here and told me to do all this stuff because he ain't got more sense than her. Come on, folks. Use your head. Use your head. That made everything I'm told to do because he said it's inside your ability. That's why he made 70 cut people out. It's all inside your ability. He taught her then. That man willfully commit Qatar. Yeah. You willfully did it. Yeah. He said, he said, she gave it to me. Couldn't even say, man, I was tricked, I would do. That's just something I wanted to do. He wanted to show her two premises with Yahushua to understand when he came out here and gave his life, you ain't going to believe it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's what he showed. I want to do that. He said, nobody take my life. He didn't take it from me. He said, I laid it down. You ain't gonna believe what Adam. Did nobody take that from him? He relinquished it. He took off his own crown. He put his own scepter down. Yahuwah didn't come take that from him. He laid it down. You already told. He said, I told you. Think about you come here. I already relinquished it. You're like, you sat here and you just. He said, I can use that though. I got a man gonna come behind you. I'm gonna get him to do the same thing for the people. He gonna relinquish. He gonna put it down. He put it all down for us. Try to show her you got to have a mindset for what you're doing. You got to have, I don't know if it's words enough to even explain the heart that we should really have for him. Simply because you took a man and you crushed a man right in our writings. You crushed him. That crushed that man. He put that man out. Listen, you can't ever come back here. That crushed him. And that man had to sit here and put himself in position. He'd never been in that position before. Can you imagine that? I know man never been in a situation where he's like, I've been with you, my whole life been like this. You know what I'm saying? I've been put out of stuff, letting this stuff, giving stuff, get stuff, lose stuff. Never haven't had before, and I did it. He looked at her and loved her enough, hard enough that I'll lose it all for you. And we called him stupid, dumb, you messed up the whole world. Then Yahushua came. And so I give it all up for him. I just laid it down. I just laid everything down for you. The man just relinquished it. He said, I gave it up. All of it. I gave it up for you. To teach us about association and teach us about the care, the heart that we should have for one another. And that a heart, look, and he wouldn't veer from it. He never veered from what his idea was, his passion was for us. And then you look at us, we'll go commit qatar and cry and say we're harbor. It's hard for Yahuwah to understand that when he look at, I got a man, when he cried out, he never veered from it. He never, listen, he was never persuaded. He was never pulled off. He always stayed. He stayed just like Daud wrote, my feet, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. He admitted being in the flesh, he understood it. That's why him offering the way he was, he's a man looking at, I'm prone to that. I'm prone to that. Looking at somebody else have something saying, man, I got to get mine. Bump this. I got to get mine. That's what he said in layman terms. Bump it. I got to get mine. He said, I almost did it. You have to ask yourself, when? How many times? So you'll get thoughts that'll come in your mind. The first thing you do is quit. And you'll say, I ain't going to be saved. I thought like that. Did you keep it or you cast it down? It ain't going to let me. I'm going to force it. What do you think? Folks thinking, oh, that's a thought. And the thought just going to let me do it. The thought like, nigga, you done lost your mind. What you doing? You stupid or something? I ain't going nowhere. I got rid of you thought. You gone. Devil behind me. That devil like, I don't know what that nigga talking about. I'm with that nigga. Like that black skin on his body. So you have to realize and consider what your fight is. Remember what your plight is, where you're trying to get to, and know you subject to this. That's why he sent him and allowed him to be subject to all of this, yet without qatar. Never did it before either. He had never did it before. You know what you say? You never did it before. You want to be associated with that guy. He never did it before either, and he did it. He did it. Tempted at all points just like us. All points. All points. Never committed qatar. That's what we learn from him. So when things happen, stop thinking you by yourself. You with a conglomerate of people with that same mindset. I ain't talking about just him. There are other places. Shaul he calls us to sit in Shamaim places. Simply because of the mentality of where we set our mind, how we start to look at things, we start to consider. Because where he put those people who came before, they look like, man, they struggle like they were made for that struggle. It's like, man, the bad stuff worked out good for them. You ain't going to believe it. It's going to work out for you too if you keep your mind stayed on it. If you remember what your plight about. But if you just like, I had that, you just kind of just going. Trying to just feel your thing. I'm not trying to just go through and feel my way through. I'm like Shaul said, I'm not the one that beat him there. I know why I'm running. Y'all got it. You got to be as clear. It got to be a concise, like those exercise. If all the lights go off, those things designed to kick on to show you the way. That's what Elohim do. Yahushua told, he said, yet I walk through the valley of the shadow of Moot. He said, I feel no Rosha because you with me. Your rod, that lummy. He said, comfort me. That correction. Your shawl. He said, that comfort me. Because then I know when I'm chasing, I know I ain't forgotten. A lot of times, folks, how we look at chastening, it's the word because it corrects us from behaviors. We'll never see it as a help. We always look at it as something working against us. And a lot of times, Elohim have been working. Like we want to see Elohim work through presence and gifts and great relationships and all these things. We don't see the fact he corrected us. He said, I only correct those who I harm. That's the only people he said, only people I correct the ones I harm. Why you think he allow these people to keep going along? You look at be like, man, when them people gonna get there? I let you look at them, you should know. You should know why. I don't harm those people, not for salvation. I harm you for salvation. That's why I correct you. Every one of them, he said, that's why you like, man, look like it was one thing or another. Look like the man just beat me to death. I wonder why. Because I harm you. And you desire to be where other people at. That's because we lack information. When you lack information, you're going to view correction as hate and everybody getting away with stuff as love. That's not love. We watch that with people we know. How many white kids grew up no whipping, no chastisement, then you look how they turn out later. See what? So he's trying to show you. Guess why because as human beings, it's hard to register that. Anybody that gives somebody something, gotta love them. Anybody that don't hit nobody, fuss at them, that's all love. Fussing, hitting people, don't give them stuff, that's because you hate them. That's how they teach you. You know what he told you? He said one of them they called tube Rocha. And one of them they called Rocha tube. He said, you put bitter for sweet. And you put sweet for bitter. He told you. He said, why? He said, why these people? They'll stay up all these things. He told her, watch these people. He said, destruction gonna come on these people. So we got to be so mindful of things that we see and not just align ourselves to look at. We're gonna say he working my life based off of people outside and how things go. No, I don't use these people. Don't use these people for no measure stick. That's why he left the word. Y'all got it? I don't know, y'all look terrible, but I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. Y'all not going to rain on my parade. I'll harm Yahuwah through Yahushua HaMashiach. Y'all niggas ain't finna rain on my relationship with Yahuwah because he ain't did nothing wrong to me. All the wrong came to Tony Smith been because Tony Smith doing it. The man ain't been nothing but a help and a baraka to me, and I fought him on tooth and nail on every way up. And I appreciate him. I'm telling you, I appreciate him too. Appreciate the fact he didn't go the way your mind wanted him to go. So there was a time I wanted him to go some other way, and I appreciate that he did. You know what it teach me? Don't give me everything I asked for. Don't give me everything. Because there's some stuff I asked for. I asked him to take my life. Don't give me everything. Because I asked for some stupid stuff. I could have been out of here. I appreciate it. That I need somebody. When I ask, look you straight, no. That's what I would, no. That'd be the wrong thing for you. I appreciate somebody. I need somebody to look at me because I want like a child sometimes. I'll look at, no. No, that ain't for the best for you. Yeah. Other folk, don't tell what nobody else doing in their house. I'm a parent that, don't bring over no, you couldn't go. My friend them in their house. You finna be homeless and your friend. They gonna go put your friend out their house. Now you and your friend gonna be home. Then they go, why you tell Henry Grady what's going on in my house? So you don't tell. So stuff you gotta start learning to do. Appreciate, learn for all of us. Let's work on learning to appreciate what he's doing for us now. The things he loaned us. Always look at these things as loans. They just loans till he come back and get them. He come back and he get them. That's just how it works. Learn to accept. But that's going to come with more of the information teaching we get. Because I don't want you to just take something and do something and not understand it. Because that's something I had to come into knowledge and learning. Learn to appreciate what he does. Because I assure you, it's a worse side of whatever you're going through. I assure you. It's a worse side. Whatever you're going, I know some people going through something. I assure you, there's a worse side. A very, very, very rough side. Worse side of everything you're going through. So learn to appreciate it. Let's do it.